So, what do you say at the beginning of your YouTube video? That is a good question because it is critical what you say at the very beginning. So watch this video. I'm going to give you two different structures on how you could do the intros to your videos, and depending on which one you like best or what kind of videos you're shooting, one will serve you better than the other. So let's get started. By the end of this video, you're going to determine what style of intro is best for you, how to craft an intro that serves your purposes, and how to put it together to save you time in the editing process. So let's dive in. The very beginning of your video is crucial. One of the key metrics that YouTube is looking for is how long are people watching your individual videos and how long are they staying on your channel? How many other videos are they watching while they're there? Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but chances are people aren't watching your whole video. Oh no, say it isn't so. Yeah, I'm afraid so. On a rare occasion will people listen all the way through, but as far as YouTube is concerned, 50% is a darn good metric. Now, the longer they watch, the better, and a good introduction is going to get you past that 50% mark. The first intro is a podcast style intro. Now, I really like the structure of this one, and it applies to video too, but there are probably times that you might not want to use it, or there are times when you might want to use this one instead. First, you start off with maybe the optional episode number, and then kind of tease a little bit with maybe, for example, if you're doing a podcast, a guest. Do you have your guest available? That kind of thing. Introduce the guest, or at least the topic of that particular episode. The reason why that works out so well is because that's going to have a little bit of your intro music under it. But that piece will actually change from episode to episode. Now stay with me here. Remember, you got your intro music going. Now hang on. Get into a thank you. A thank you will last you miles. Thank your audience for stopping by, for listening, for watching, for downloading, for interacting, for commenting. Whatever it is, a simple thank you means so much. Not too many people say thank you these days, so when you say it, it'll really, really count. And most importantly, your name. Don't forget to introduce yourself. I have seen several podcasts and several YouTube channels where the host just gets right into the topic and they don't introduce themselves. When you meet someone, don't you introduce yourself? You shake hands maybe, or bump fists or elbows or whatever it is we're doing now in the 21st century. At least introduce yourself and welcome them. And now quickly, briefly, and lightly touch upon your credentials. Why should I even be listening to you? What makes you think I should listen to you? Well, we're not going to go into depth of your resume, but just let's at least gloss over that. For example, I would say something like, between copywriting and editing, I've been working on radio and TV and voiceovers for over 25 years. That's all you need. Again, not to get into your entire resume, just a little something to make them go, oh, okay, maybe he does know what he's talking about. Just at least suspend the doubt, okay? Now, this is where we go over the subject of your channel. Not the topic of this particular episode, but the overall subject. For example, mine would be, hi, I'm Nic Natarella. I've been producing and writing radio commercials and doing voiceovers for over 20 years. This is the channel where we're going to talk about getting your YouTube channel up and running, and your podcast and your business blog for your business. So now they know they're in the right place. You've given them the overall subject of the YouTube channel. And then finally tell them why they should care. Mainly, for my channel, to bring you clients. That's a pretty self-explanatory one, don't you think? And again, these don't have to be long. Once they've heard your channel or maybe even your podcast once or twice, they're going to know what you're going to say, and they want to dive into your content as quickly as possible. So don't spend a lot of time on any of them. 5 to 10 seconds at the well, probably less than that. Probably less than 5 seconds each should establish every one of those touch points to get you through the beginning of your intro. Now, how about your YouTube channel or your podcast? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a YouTube channel? What are you saying? Do you break it down into an outline form? Would you mind sharing your outline in the comments below? Again, this whole channel is about helping you and helping everybody else here get up and running with their content. What have you got to say? The second format I like a lot, and it kind of applies more towards YouTube videos. The first one we went over was more for podcasting stuff, so that's why I ended up saying the word podcast so much, but you can use it for podcast or YouTube. This one, the second one here that we're going to go over, it was designed originally for YouTube videos. So let's dive into that one. First step, the name of the episode. Be sure to say the title. And if you've done your SEO research, like I preach all the time, that title is going to be the answer to a question that somebody is looking for. Then you go into the first big benefit. Well, if you stick around, we're going to cover that and more on this particular episode to make your life a lot easier. Something as simple and as brief as that. Allude to the entire episode. Then, I think we've talked about this before as well, your intro video. That's a little 10 to 12 second video that just kind of introduces you. Takes the place a little bit of the credentials in the first intro that we went over just a few minutes ago. Again, the video logo is a credibility builder. It shows you in your natural environment of work. What are you doing? Helping clients, working on stuff, editing video, editing audio. What is it that you do? So we can see that you do it too. And then maybe a little bit of personal stuff, some home life, or maybe some hobbies that you like, something to personalize you to connect with your viewers. And then we're going to get into what we call the curiosity hooks. Kind of pique the interest, allude to what you're going to be talking about. At the beginning of a speech, you always tell them what you're about to tell them. That's what you're going to do right here. We're going to dive into a technique that's going to save you tons of time. Haven't told you what it is, but boy, oh boy, that's a nice benefit to save time. List out the 2 or 3 things that you're going to cover in that form. Get the curiosity going, because again, you're going to touch on something that they're really going to want to see. Maybe it's point 1, 2, or 3. If we can get them to 3 and get them to watch longer, YouTube's going to show you a lot of love for the length of time viewed. A great tease is something along the lines of, and we'll even go over the one thing you should never eat on a plane. Boy, oh boy, if that doesn't get your curiosity going, I don't know what does. What's he talking about? If you can make them that much of a throat grab, you're going to have the whole time spent listening beat, okay? Good for you. And then once you go over those particular elements, once you get your 3 teases in there, at least 3, maybe even more, depending on what you have, once you get those, go ahead and launch into your content. So either one of those 2, one I call them the podcast intro and the YouTube intro. They're both great for either application. You can use them for podcasts and videos and interchange them if you want. I love them both. There's a lot of customization that you can do with it, but also the best thing about them is they're also very easy to build in a template. You have your structure already laid out. You've got your intro music. You've got your background music. You've got everything you need. All you need to do is update it. You drop those 2 pieces in place, 2 or 3 pieces into place, and you're good to go. You're done editing. Maybe adjust for timing a little bit, but you don't have to start from scratch every single time. And that will save you a lot of headaches. The great thing about that is also you'll have audio settings as well. They'll be preset. You're not going to have problems with, oh gosh, why isn't this working? And if there's one thing that'll drive you nuts, it's trying to troubleshoot audio. So if you can get that squared away at the beginning in a template, have your presets already done, you're good to go. Now, kind of along the same lines, setting up a template and doing stuff for you, I have a special offer for you. It's called Slice and Dice. You will see this is the procedure that I use to take big content and turn it into small promotions. Put them into little teases or something like that to help drive traffic back to your main YouTube channel or your podcast or even your blog page, however you want to use it. Click the link below and get free access to that training video right now. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of hassle. It really starts with a foundation of templates and presets and how you can go from there and not have to worry about reshooting or re-recording or any of that. Take what you've got and break it down into smaller pieces. It's a great video. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. I'm Nic Natarella.